Wednesday, hump day. You know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Welcome back to Eddie B TV. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see y'all. And we are back at you again today for another reaction video and another Women's Wednesday of stand-up comedy, y'all. Now, this has been a pretty cool thing that I think that I've done, you know, just to make sure I'm getting to the funny ladies of comedy. There are plenty of them out there, you know. They're not all over the place, but you know, there's enough for me that I like, you know what I mean, that make me keep coming back for more in certain places. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get to this one. We're gonna get into some Whitney Cummings today. All right. Well, I tried to do a Whitney Cummings video. It was actually supposed to be my first Women's Wednesday stand-up comedy bit, but Comedy Central, assholes, had me assed out. So not cool, Comedy Central. We ain't cool like that, man. We gonna have a meeting. Okay, yeah, moving on. But yeah, man, we're gonna get to some Whitney Cummings, like I said, and this one is gonna be titled Women Paying. Okay, well, I don't know exactly what that means. It could mean like women paying for their crimes or women paying for things with money. I don't know exactly where she's gonna come to this issue or come at this issue, or how she's gonna come at it. Gosh, I can't talk today. But yeah, man, we're gonna check this one out. Now, Whitney Cummings, man, I really do like her. I think she's really, really a funny woman, man. I liked her TV show when it was on for only a couple seasons. I don't know why they canceled it. And she's also been an executive producer for some other shows that I liked, you know, and overall, I just think she's really funny and a great comic. So we're gonna figure out exactly what she's talking about with this one. So yeah, Whitney Cummings with Women Paying. And if you like this reaction, please like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Keep everything going. All right. Well, Women's Wednesday, man. I enjoy me some female stand-up comedy, man. Some of them are funny. Some other ones just sound like they're just talking at you rather than being funny. But you know what? I like Whitney, and I want to see where she's coming from with this one. So yeah, here we go. Whitney Cummings with Women Paying, right here on Eddie B TV, Women's Wednesday. Let's have some fun. Let's get situated here. Here we go.
We're living in a fascinating time. We're living in a time where women have money, okay? Which is, do you realize how new that is, right? That's like 30 years old or something, and there's no blueprint for how to operate, and I think it's really messing up the power dynamic. Like, the fact that I can pay my own bills, that's such a big deal for me. I thought that making money was gonna solve all my problems, especially my relationship problems, because when I was in my 20s, I had to date guys that had money because I didn't have any. But now that I make my own money, I felt like it opened up this whole new pool of broke guys that I couldn't date before, so I've been doing that. They're much nicer. And the last guy I dated, I paid for everything. I paid for trips, I paid for dinners, and now that I've sort of been the man in the relationship, now that I've been in your shoes, I now understand why you guys hate us. It's because we owe you so much fucking money. And something happens psychologically when you start to pay for someone where you start to hate them. You start to hate everything about them, you resent them, you start keeping score of everything they do. One day he came home, he was drinking a coconut water.
Okay.
It's like, coconut water? What are you, the queen of fucking England? How about you drink out of the tap like a goddamn man? How about that? And then they nag you. They always need something from you. You know, he'd be like, do you want to go to dinner? I'm like, you just ate yesterday. Do you have a tapeworm? What's the problem?
A tapeworm?
I feel like I now understand why you guys are always so disappointed in us, too, because something happens when you start paying for someone where you start to get these high expectations for their behavior. Like, as soon as I started paying for him, I started expecting him to, like, do chores. Out of nowhere. Like, one night we went to dinner, I spent $200 on dinner. The next morning I woke up, I was like, this is weird. It's 8 a.m. and I don't smell eggs. Yeah, chop chop, bitch. Mommy's hungry.
Oh, hell no. Goofy ass.
It's tricky. I also started noticing all these like unspoken rules that happen with the expectations based on who pays. Like the expectation if the man pays for the woman is that she's gonna have sex with you, right? But when I was paying for the man, the expectation was I am not gonna have sex with you. And we're gonna stay up all night talking about my dreams.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna read some horoscopes tonight, bitch.
Damn. Oh,
And then I
man.
saw like all the insidious, like institutionalized sexism. Like every time we would go to dinner, the waiter would automatically give him the check, and then he would fucking take it. And then when the waiter would leave, he would slide it over to me. I was like, oh, hell no. If you take the check, you're paying. You better find yourself a Groupon real fast.
Stupid.
I also get now why people stay in relationships too long, because money makes things stickier. Like I feel like I stayed in that relationship 3 months too long just because I didn't want to get a bad return on my money because dating is such a terrible investment. Which made me think, like, I can't believe we just run around spending money on relationships that we don't know is gonna work out. It's a terrible investment. I feel like there should be some kind of insurance in place to protect us. Like, I feel like dating should be like checking into a hotel, okay? You and I are gonna start dating. As soon as we start dating, you have to put your credit card down. 3 months later, if you wanna break up, I'll be like, all right, well, let's look at your bill. Yeah, you owe me $3,200 or you can't fucking leave.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, that's the end of that one. Well, now I know where she was coming at it from. Very interesting take. All right, man, that was Whitney Cummings with Women Paying. Well, I'm a guy, so here we go. Another issue to unpack with this one. I personally, in my personal time, I get really, really like infuriated when I hear things like this being talked about, only because it's like it's not as much that women act the way they do. It's like the shock, it's the surprise on their faces when they start to see how things have shifted. Like I cannot tell you how much money and patience and sanity that I've lost dealing with this issue, man. Like I've lost so much money being a gentleman, y'all. And I swear, gentlemen, man, it is a nonsense game, man. Like, and when I say it's a nonsense game, I don't mean treat women disrespectfully. I ain't down with none of that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, women for the longest time didn't put it together in their heads that we worked to get this money. You know what I mean? And it's not like and it's paramount that if we invest in something with money, because apparently if we don't spend money upon meeting you, upon continuing to know you, and beyond that, all of a sudden we're looked at as these bad creatures or something. I don't necessarily go for that, I think that money is not something that I treasure at all. I think money is just something that you use to pay for things that you need. And then if you handle everything you need, then you could probably splurge for yourself on things that you want. It's the difference between needs and wants, But as far as just maintaining your woman's interest in you, that's not a need, okay? That's a straight up want. And that's a want that can definitely go away, if you ask me. The whole thing when she started in the beginning about how women have their own money now, they can do this, they can do that, that's a great thing. You're never gonna hear me tell you that that's a horrible thing. But at the same time, when you got these things for yourself, that power dynamic that she was talking about, it didn't necessarily shift, it kind of just balanced itself out. Like, if I ever were to meet another woman and we're trying to get to know each other or whatever, I'm not ever taking you to a place where money has to be spent, because you haven't done anything to deserve that. It's not a matter of being a gentleman anymore. It's just like, you make your own money. So it's not like you get to just save your money at my expense. That's never gonna happen, at least in my world. I can't speak for every man who's gonna, just continue to throw their money at, women like that's the thing to do. But there is no power dynamic shift. It's just pretty much evening itself out. And the way that she's talking about it is that she's a celebrity. She makes a good amount of money, I imagine. I don't know how much. But when you say that you attracted all these broke guys, I'm like, that sounds kind of like a personal problem. But then, even if you do realize that is what it is, you be thinking like, yeah, man, now you know why guys hate women for some reasons and all that stuff. It's just like, well, I'll just say this. I bought gifts for females when I was younger. I used to take them out to eat. I used to, pay for everything. And all I got in return was not even realizing that I wasn't even on their most attractive list. There's so many dudes that spend money on women for a multitude of reasons, but then they don't get the what's the word I'm looking for? They don't get the reciprocation that some other guys might get, And then when I figured that out, I was just thinking, ooh, damn, these ladies are creating murderers out here. And I thought that was always kind of funny too, but I don't do that anymore. If I were to buy a woman anything, it's because we have so much history to the point where I feel like, okay, I'm gonna do this for her, and then on the flip side, she's gonna do it for me too. It's not a matter of if, she's going to, because if she ain't, I'm out, because I don't got no time for all that no more. I've had to learn a lot, being in that position, and the one thing that I learned the most is that women don't stick around with you because they love you or anything like that, and it's harsh, and people might think I'm coming at it from a misogynistic, bitter angle. I'm not. I really am not. The thing about it is that women stay with you for what you can do for them. And it's like, even if you die, they're only wondering how are they going to be taken care of, And maybe that's not all women, so I'll just kind of reiterate, it's not all women, but for the most part, most women will just worry about how they're going to be taken care of. And love really doesn't have much to do with it at the end of the day when it comes to the ladies. It's a common misconception, I'm personally, like, on a conservative level, I'm all in favor of a stay-at-home mom, housewife, handling business at the home, man handles business at the job and all that, brings home the money. It's like, you do things that are important, ladies. We do things that are important too. And if you bring that together, that is what makes the ultimate relationship right there. A lot of females and males talk about how they're the prize and all that. No, you as the individual are not the prize. The prize is what you end up creating together. By you handling your business, you handling your business. That is the prize. And until men and women start realizing that, man, there's always going to be this myth of a power dynamic shift and all this. I don't really stand for that. But the one thing she did say in there that was funny, that would make me kind of like flip the script a little bit. Like if I was the dude that was being paid, women was paying for everything for me, and then the waiter came and brought the check over and he gave it to me in front of him, I would just be like, no, that's for her. And I wouldn't care about the judgment or nothing, because even though women have their own money now, even though these things happen, there's women who do pay the way for some dudes that they with. Dudes don't have no shame. Where does the shame come from? You know what I mean? Everyone's talking about what a real man is, what a real woman is. Women can change up their game by having things change for them, but if we change it another way, it's like, how could you do that? You ain't a real man. It's like, I decide what a real man is to me. And I'm one of them real ones. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But to end it, I will say this, man. Dating is a horrible investment, like she said. You don't invest in somebody with money. You invest in somebody with this and this. You know what I mean? And if there's anything else that needs to be done with that, yeah, you on the wrong end of the investment pool, my friend. So that's all I gotta say about that. But this was really funny. I liked how she described everything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even drink coconut water, but if I ever were and my woman was paying for it, I'd be like, hey, you got it made, my lady, so keep these coconut waters coming. But yeah, man, she's hella funny, man. I liked how she described everything in this one. It was great. So I'm going to cut it off right there, y'all. One more time, Whitney Cummings with Women Paying. And if you like that reaction, please like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Keep everything going, like I always say. So yeah, man, another great clip for Women's Wednesday of stand-up comedy, man. I said that I love Whitney Cummings, man. She's kind of fallen off with the comedy a little bit to me. I don't know what she's doing these days, but her most recent stand-up special, man, it kind of threw me because I didn't really find any laughs, man. It was kind of weird, I felt like watching it, I was kind of like, what the hell is going on here? But that's just me, you know what I mean? But she's still one of my favorite female comedians out there, man, and I'm not gonna turn away from that. So yeah, man, this is gonna be Eddie B TV signing off one more again here. Another great clip from Whitney Cummings for Women's Wednesday of stand-up comedy. I'm glad I still got this going on, I'm not gonna lie and say that some days haven't come up where I almost forgot about it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta do the women's clips, you know what I mean? But I've gotten used to it now. And I like all the choices that I've gotten so far, and some of the requests. I always hope that people watch these and give me more requests, you know what I mean? So far, the most favorite female comedian that I have on here is Sarah Millican, and that's all well and good to me because she's hella funny as well. But yeah, man, keep the requests coming, you know, and I'll see when and how I can get to them in good time, and we can have some more fun. So yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in one more time. I hope y'all had some fun with this one. Love and appreciate y'all. Peace.